Well, hello and welcome to Bloomberg Quint. Agam and I are here to wrap the markets for you. Absolutely flattish sort of a session, Agam, even after seeing good gains of over 70 points in the afternoon sessions today. So the Nifty gave up most of its gains, almost 60, 70 odd points in that last hour of trade. But nevertheless, it still was the third straight day of gains for the index, and while auto stocks were lending some support to the benchmark index, underperformance of the IT and banking sector was capping gains for the Nifty index. Still a gain of about 15 points had closed, nevertheless down 55 points from the day's highs. In terms of the top Nifty drags, it was the Entertainment, Tata Power and HUL. These three stocks saw quite a bit of pullback in the last 15 minutes or so. And GDP forecast cuts continue. You had Fitch ratings, which today lowered India's GDP forecast by about 50 basis points to 6.9% for financial year 2017. Let's address the Bloomberg Quint poll of the day. We'd asked the question how the Nifty would close today. 35% had estimated it to close around that 8100 mark. Another 35% were expecting it to close around 8150, whereas about 30% were expecting the index to actually see good gains and cross that 8200 mark, but 8142 is where we actually ended. Agam, a big open interest surge as far as the Nifty futures are concerned.
Yes, as a matter of fact, because and this is a little bit surprising considering we've closed just marginally in the green for now. So we have seen an accumulation of around 6.8% in the Nifty futures. Of course, these are provisional numbers. We're waiting for the fine print. On the other hand, while the Nifty Bank has also declined marginally, we have seen an addition of 10% there. And with respect to the India Volatility Index as against yesterday, today we have seen a decline of a little over 2%. So we have seen a contraction in margins, which also shows that the option premiums have also collapsed to a certain extent. Let's take a look at options markets since we are talking about that. With respect to what's gone on today, we are looking at basically an addition around the 8200 put and the 8200 call. As you can see here, this is the spike in the red and the blue bars indicated. And with respect to maximum open interest, that continues to remain in the 8000 put here. And once again, on the upper end of the range, we are looking at that distribution evenly crossed out between 82 and 8500. So, well, while we do not have much of an idea on the upside, it's almost certain that we are unlikely to see 8000 break on the downside in the near term at least.
All right. If you talk about some of the Nifty movers or buzzers, you had that entire auto pack which was really doing very well. Eicher Motors saw gains of 5.5%. Maruti, you have Bosch, you have Mahindra and Mahindra, Hero MotoCorp. The entire sector was really doing well, sitting on decent gains of anywhere between 2 to 5%. Idea Cellular also was another gainer, seeing some positive momentum. In fact, that stock has run up 11% in 3 days in a row now. On the other hand, Hindalco was seeing profit booking. It has seen some strong performance in the last few days, followed by Axis Bank, Sun Pharma and BPCL, which were also trading relatively weak. So that's as far as your Nifty movers are concerned, Agam.
Sure. Once again, in the broader markets, we're looking at 3 advances as against 2 declines. Let's take a look at the gainers, starting off with Jacob, which has gained around 10.6%. Now, we've had a substantial jump in the broader markets, and I'm going to come back to Shraddha when it comes to the NBFCs. But among the other stocks which have gained today, we have Z-Learn, Berger Paints, Gateway Industry Parks, as well as Texmaco Rail. All of these have gained well over 5%. With respect to some of the losers, well, we are looking at KPR Mills. Of course, this one has a stock split, so it's not really a 46% decline. It's actually a gain if you consider the split. GMT Auto, Bombay Rayon and Mayur Uniquotors have lost well over 4%. In fact, GMT Auto and Bombay Rayon losing more than 6%. But once again, considering the fact that we are looking at that positive trend with respect to advance and declines, also shows that for now, markets are marginally in positive. But a pocket that stood out in the broader markets was the NBFCs, and we've seen some gains. Is this a relief rally?
Yes, it seems more like that, Agam. I'll start with Bharat Financial Inclusion because the company actually said they shared their collection statistics or numbers over the over November 11 to 25th period, so that 2-week period, the numbers do look pretty encouraging. In fact, the company has said that they've collected almost 89% of the overall dues for that particular period. So the numbers or the collections look much better than what the street was really expecting. They're also looking better than some of the peer group companies which have on an average reported collection efficiencies of anywhere between 50 to 60%. So overall, Morgan Stanley has reiterated their overweight rating on the stock with a target price of 1125. They say valuations at the current level are attractive in the context of high growth. So driven by that sort of positive commentary coming in, or the pickup in the collections which this microfinance company has seen, you also saw some rub-off effect on other NBFC companies. So you also had your Muthoot, Manappuram, Canfin Homes, Diwan Housing Finance, Mahindra and Mahindra Financial Services, Bajaj Finance, Repco Home, all saw gains of anywhere about 3%, but of course they did pair some gains in the last hour.
Right, of course, with respect to tomorrow, once again, well, it's not going to be very heavy in terms of triggers. We're keeping an eye on, some numbers. We expect Tata Power to report numbers in just some time from now today. So we're expecting a reaction there. Again, tomorrow, we're also looking at some mid-caps like Punj Lloyd as well as Gujarat State Petronet, which could see a little bit of an impact on the back of the second quarter earnings. But that's all that we have for now. You guys can always come back tomorrow and join us for another edition of Market Wrap. But till then, it's goodbye.